Hi everyone, it's Lori and welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing well today. So today I thought we would come on and I would show you guys some paper beads that I have made, and I thought we could make a couple together. So these are some paper beads that I have made, and I just made these out of scrapbook paper. I have this huge, and I'll show you in a minute, thick paper pad, and it's the thinner scrapbooking paper that's white on one side, and this is actually the chevron pattern, and I had did the very light brown to tan color because I thought these would be a more neutral color, and then I did some blue ones, different sizes. So these are not finished. I still need to go over them with some matte medium. That's the only step that's left, and then figuring out exactly how I'm going to do them, because I'm thinking about putting something through here and then putting like a bead on each end, but we'll figure out how to play with them later. So what I actually have here, guys, is this right here is made with a cork, I'm assuming from a wine bottle, and this was actually given to me like a year and a half, 2 years ago from an ex-co-worker. But I had also quite a while back ordered these two paper bead makers off of an Etsy shop, and guys, it was so long ago I do not know the name of the shop, but I got they came in a pack together, I believe, but it's two different sizes, so it's the smaller one and the bigger one. So I got those, and then I have my pencil. We're going to have to do some marking, and my scissors, because we're going to have to cut out the strips. And I know you probably all already know how to, make the paper beads, but I've never actually made them. These were my first ones. So yeah, fun stuff. So I actually had this paper pack in there, and this is from the Paper Studio, and this is 2013, and I believe this was in a marketplace haul. But look at how thick that is, guys. I've only taken a couple of packs out of this, but it's 6 designs. It's 180 sheets. I think you get 3 of each color, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just all different kinds of chevron patterns, which, honestly, I'm not a huge fan of. But you guys know, too, this year is about me using stuff that's in my stash. So yeah, it's a perfect thing to do with that paper pack, because I have a huge stack of paper, scrapbooking paper. So I've got these 3 colors left. So we have a blue, a yellow, and a green, and I did a lighter blue and the tan color. So yeah, I'm interested to see what the green ones are going to look like. So we will start off with those, and we're only going to make a couple. But this is 2 sheets. I did a whole sheet of the blue and a whole sheet of the tan color there. And you like my dish, guys? This is hand painting, what is that, Nippon? Ever how you say that? I actually found that at a thrift store. Gorgeous, huh? Love the pink. Alright, so you're going to get your scrapbook paper. It can be double-sided or not, but I would recommend the thinner and not that thick scrapbook paper. And the first thing we're going to have to do is draw our lines. Now, what you want is for them to be, well, I don't really know how to explain it, so I will just do some. So I've got my ruler, and I'm going to put it almost to the edge there, but not quite. And then this side down here, wherever you have it at, is going to depend on how big your bead is. This strip down here. So I think I'll go about right there, and just mark the whole sheet. Okay, so here's the one. So this is the I don't know what you call it. Anyway, this is what you need. This is what kind of strip you need. So now we're going to go at this end is going to be our smallest end, and this end down here is going to determine how big our bead is. So I think I'm going to go right there, and we're just going to go ahead and do this whole sheet this way, And you just keep doing that from one to the next. Is that making sense? It has been a while since I've made a video, guys. Been having some health issues, and we still don't have it exactly all figured out, and I'm still not 100%, but feeling just a little bit better at the moment. So I had came in here earlier today and made those beads. Set everything up to do a video and just never got back in here, so I thought I would come on and go ahead and get this done. Hope you're all doing well. Hoping we will get some stuff health-wise figured out here sooner or later. Really nice weather here, except for the last couple of days we've had a lot of wind. Oh my gosh, it's been terrible. Really bad. But I think today is the last day of the wind. It's been going on the last 2 days, so, you know, not exactly sure when you guys will see this video, but yep. Okay. So we are just about done with this. And I did realize that actually making these beads gets to my hands a little bit, but they were really fun to make. We'll do this one this way. Okay, that one's a little weird on the end, but it'll be alright. Okay, so that is what it's going to look like when you're done. And then you just take your scissors and just cut along those lines. And the reason I did it on the back is because that's the side that you're not going to see, so you don't have to worry about those pencil marks. So we will just get all of these cut out. And they don't have to be exact, guys. You know, as long as you get the general shape of it, you'll be good. So I'm not even worried about going exactly on the lines. Our poor little Zarion was sick last week. Had a pretty bad fever, and Papa had to go pick him up one day from school. And got his fever to break, and he seemed to be feeling better. And then over the weekend, the fever came back, and so Veronica actually took him to the pediatrician today, and he's had the flu. Who knew? Flu and an earache, I believe. So they gave him nothing for the flu because he's already on the tail end of that. I don't think he still has a fever. She was just concerned that he kept getting a fever. And they gave him some antibiotics for his earache. So hopefully he is on the mend. He did have a baseball game today, and they won, so that put them in the playoffs for next week. So hoping to catch that game. Wasn't feeling great today. I have my moments. Still having some pain, so, and nausea, so yep, I didn't go today. So hopefully next week I will be better and can go to his game. First one, because if they lose even one at this point, then they're out. So try to catch the next one, just in case. Alright, one more and we'll be done with the cutting. I did see Barbara at 49 Dragonflies do these. I had watched, like, you know, a year and a half, 2 years ago, I guess. We're done with the pencil. Someone do these, and that's when I first thought, oh, well, that looks good. I'll do those. And then I was telling a coworker about it, and she actually makes paper beads and stuff. And so she's the one that brought me this one. And yeah, I just never made any. And then that's when I went on Etsy and bought those two. But again, I just never sat down and made any. So yeah. Alright, so this is what our strips look like. So we got the wider end, and it goes into a point. You can also do this, but yes, I saw Barbara at 49 Dragonflies do this. We're going to need some glue. But before, when I had saw somebody do it, you know, I was all gung-ho about doing them, and of course, you know, then I didn't. But they used so much glue throughout the whole thing, and it just was messy and all of that, so I just didn't. That was one of the reasons I think I didn't do it. But the way Barbara did it, she used glue, but not that much glue, and it gets a little messy, but nothing like the videos that I saw, you know, quite a few years ago. So this right here, guys, it opens up. I'm not sure if you can see that, but it has two pieces there. So what we're going to do is we're going to slide the paper in between there. If you have one of these tools, they weren't expensive at all, or you can make your own. I don't know how to make them, but anyway, that's a homemade one. You put it through there, and then you're just going to start twisting it, and you want that right there fairly close. I'm not sure if you can see that, but where there's not a lot of it sticking out, and then you just start twisting, and you want to do it really tight, and you want to keep it centered. Is what Barbara said. So she just starts wrapping hers so far, and then I'm going to put a little bit of glue. I'm going to use the art glitter glue. So then you could just put a little bit of glue on a little bit of it and continue wrapping. Again, trying to keep that paper in the center there. And then, even though we have no more glue at this point, we just keep wrapping. And again, wrapping it tight. And then we're going to put a little bit more glue. And then we're going to wrap. And then when we get to the very end, we will do a little bit of glue to finish it off. So now we're at the end. I got about an inch, maybe an inch and a half. And I'm going to do a little bit more glue to that tip. And you see that glue gathering there on my finger. Then I'm just going to take that and get that glue off of there. And then I just twist it. That glue on there. So you're going to get that much glue, and that's it on your fingers. And that is it. That's our bead, guys. So we'll just sit that one there for a minute, and we'll start the next one. And then we will pull that one off. So again, same thing, just stuck that in between there. Gonna try to keep the paper in the center. It doesn't matter if you don't keep it centered, because you guys know I can't cut straight or do anything straight or centered. But I think they all still look cute, and a lot of them's not exactly centered, but I think they're really cute beads. So again, try and keep it as centered as you can, and just keep wrapping. And again, you want to do it tight. And then we'll do a little bit more glue here. And we will wrap. go. Got that off centered, so we'll just try to get it somewhat centered back up. Again, it's not going to make that big of a deal. And then when we've got about 1.5 inches left, put some glue on the end of that, and then just finish wrapping it. And I know I don't have the best light, guys, so yeah. So there's that one. Alright, so now we're just going to pull it straight off of there. And there's our bead. Isn't that pretty? And I like that green too. So, something else. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong because I didn't go and look for a tutorial on how to use these. So I don't know if I'm starting out my wrapping right. And I'm sure you guys can't see that. But in this little bitty hole where I started, that paper sticking out some. So I just have this. Guys, y'all know what this is? This is actually the little metal piece that went right here on my Tim Holtz ruler. I'm assuming it was glued on there. Well, it came off. So I kept it because I didn't know if I would end up using it or figure out how to put it back on there. So I've just got this and I just put it, see, the bead will go all the way through there. So I just put it through there, and just that piece that's not exactly flat where I started, I just smooth it out. And now you can see all the way through the bead. It's easy to get something in there, so when we're ready to put our string through there and do something with it, make it pretty, that'll be really easy to do. And then that's it. So the only thing left to do on that is to, I think she used matte medium, Barbara did, but I'm sure you could use Mod Podge or anything like that. And what she did, and she even made hers with a toothpick, so you don't need this or a chopstick, anything like that, to wrap it around. But with my hands, like right now, this is hurting already right down through here on both my hands, just making those two actually. So yeah, especially if you have problems with your hands, I would suggest one of these tools. Again, they were relatively inexpensive, and if I'm sure if you go over on Etsy and just search paper bead making tool or something like that, something will come up. But then when Barbara got these done, she actually put them on a toothpick, was what she put them on. And she put multiples on there like that, and she just put them on here and then did the matte medium. But again, I think you could use Mod Podge or anything like that. And that's just to protect your beads for the long run. So let's do an even bigger one. This one's really big. That's certainly not even, so let's do a bigger one. Let's do one that's going to have a bigger hole in it with this big one here. So we just put that on there and then start twisting. Again, trying to keep it somewhat in the center as you turn it. And doing it tight. So we'll do some glue here. Oops, get back up there. And just keep twisting and keeping it tight. Yeah, this is going to be a much bigger bead with a much bigger hole. And then a little bit more. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to silence my phone. That is my Fitbit telling me it's time to go to bed and get some rest. Yeah, this is the one that's got the funny square end on it. But it'll still look good. Alright, we're at the end, so we will put glue on that really good. Excuse me. Finish twisting, get the rest of that glue, and then just put it around there. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, we'll leave that on there for just a minute, and we will go ahead and start another one. But yeah, I mean, they really do go quick, and if you're better coordinated than I am, because I have no coordination whatsoever, these would go a lot faster. So like I said, it does put a bit of a stress on my hands because I do have arthritis. In my hands, but I would just do a few and stop, and then I came back and did, you know, some more of them. This would be something that would be great, like fussy cutting, especially if you're a fussy cutter in front of the TV. This would be a good thing to do. Just, you know, take all your supplies, which is really not a lot. You can go ahead and cut your strips and put them in something and have your tool and your glue, and that's all you need. Or a toothpick or a chopstick or, you know, a kebab stick, anything like that will work. As long as it's round, you'll be good to go. And then we just pull that right off. Have that piece sticking up a little bit, so I'm just going to flatten that down some. Got a nice round hole there, and we'll do the same thing to that one. There we go. That's a big bead. It's a pretty bead. I really do like that green. I know you guys can't see it that good. Alright, so now we have this one. So already we've made 4 beads already. So again, it would be something that would be, you know, good in front of the TV, like fussy cutting. Okay. Alright, this one may need this right here. There we go. Yep. What a cute little bead. Alright guys, we're going to make one more and then we will call it a video. We'll use the small one again. But yeah, super fun. Fun things to use to embellish and add to your journals, because I want to put some like little dangles and stuff on my journals, and I do have a blue flip-flop journal that I'm working on, so I want to get the darker blue done and then get the matte medium on those, because I would like to make a dangle for my new flip-flop journal. It's my first one that's made like this. I've made an envelope journal before, but it was just a regular one going one way, and it didn't, you know, flap to the back or flop to the back, whichever. So yeah, I'm really excited about doing that. I am working tomorrow. I'm hoping that I fill up to working on that journal tomorrow, because it has been fun, and it's the prettiest shades of blue digital. So pretty. Alright, now we'll do this. And that one's really small, so I'm getting to the point where I'm blind. Can't hardly see it, so let's get that wrapped. Okay, so that is it. So that is it, guys. I mean, you could do this with just plain white copy paper, and then you can paint them. I mean, there's all different ways you can do these. Just pull it off. You're going to make sure that that is down the way that it should be, so that we have a fully opened hole there. But yeah, I was just doing these today, guys, in here, watching videos. Didn't really feel up to anything else, so there we go. There's our last bead. Alright guys, so go grab you some scrapbooky paper or any kind of paper. You can use magazine pages, any of that stuff. Just cut them into the strips like that, and yeah. Alright guys, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really do appreciate it. I love you guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye bye.